Hi, this is Bob with the Pinal Geology and Mineral Museum in Coolidge, Arizona, in Pinal County, of course. Today I'm going to talk about the major types of rock. There are three main types of rock: igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic, and we will discuss all three. Igneous rocks are the first one we're going to discuss, and they are formed from magma or lava when that cools. Magma or lava comes from volcanoes from below the surface of the earth. Magma is melted rock that is under the surface of the earth, and when magma cools under the surface, it is called an intrusive igneous rock. Intrusive. Lava is melted rock that is on the surface of the earth once it's out of the volcano. When magma cools on or above the surface, it's called an extrusive igneous rock. Extrusive. Some examples of some igneous rocks include volcanic cinders. Volcanic cinders are an extrusive igneous rock formed when the lava cools slowly enough that bubbles can form from the gases in the melted rock, but too quickly for good crystals to form inside the rock. Also called scoria, they can be black, red, or a few other colors depending on the minerals in the rock. Volcanic cinders are rather light for their size and can be fragile or very strong depending on the size and arrangements of the holes left by the bubbles in them. Another igneous rock is obsidian. This is obsidian, an igneous rock. Obsidian is also known as volcanic glass because it has no grains. There are no little particles that you can see in it. It can be translucent when sliced very thinly. Obsidian forms when lava from an erupting volcano cools very quickly, giving crystals no time to form. Cooling on the surface, it's an extrusive volcanic rock. This particular form of small rounded pieces of black obsidian is called Apache tears. They are found primarily here in Arizona and in nearby Nevada and New Mexico. Another igneous rock is perlite, often found also with obsidian. Perlite, the gray-white rock here, is an extrusive igneous rock like obsidian. It's formed when certain kinds of rapidly cooling lava, felsic lava, come in contact with water. It's the same material as obsidian, the black rock on the lower left, but with water added to it. When heated over 800 degrees Fahrenheit, perlite will expand greatly in volume. It's often used in that form as a soil additive. It takes up space, and the pores created by the expansion will hold water for a long time. Another igneous rock is basalt, and that, of course, is basalt. Basalt is an extrusive igneous rock forming from mostly on the ocean floor under sediments. Most of what we think of as lava rock is basalt of one type or another. This basalt cooled from lava with plenty of gas bubbles. These gas bubbles are now empty spaces within the rock. Granite is another form of igneous rock. It's an intrusive igneous rock. It cools under the surface. It's a hard rock, and when erosion exposes it on the surface, it often forms mountains, including the Sierra Nevada of California and many of the mountain ranges here in Pinal County and throughout Arizona. Granite has three major components, and you can see the grains in it. The crystals in granite are quartz, which is the gray or translucent crystal; feldspar, which is gray, pink, or silvery; and biotite or hornblende, which is the dark crystal. Sedimentary rocks are another of the major types of rocks. They are formed from sediment, the eroded bits from other rocks. The sediment can be sand, mud, clay, pebbles, or other usually small bits of rock. When the sediment becomes buried, it is compressed and can become cemented together to form a sedimentary rock. Sedimentary rocks are usually named for the sediment that has been cemented together. Sandstone from sand, mudstone from mud, siltstone from silt. Some examples of sedimentary rocks include conglomerate. This is conglomerate. Large rounded pebbles are cemented together, usually by mud that is hardened into mudstone. Under long, heavy pressure, they form a sedimentary rock. Sandstone. This is sandstone. Small rock granules, sand, become cemented together as sandstone under pressure of being buried. The sand that makes up sandstone is usually quartz. Limestone is another sedimentary rock, and of course this is limestone. It's usually composed of the shells of coral, foraminifera, and mollusks. The pressure under which it forms is often enough to crush the shells, so most are all but unrecognizable. Some visible fossils may survive. Lime is another name for calcium carbonate, which is what the shells that make up limestone are made of. Halite is another, but different, sedimentary rock. This is halite, close up. This is a special kind of sedimentary rock. Rather than being cemented together, it grows as salty water evaporates. So it's called an evaporite. The rock left behind in this case is halite, an evaporative sedimentary rock. You can find halite around the house as well. Table salt is halite. The third major type of rock are metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks are formed when other types of rock are put under pressure and heated to partially melt. If a rock is melted completely, it becomes magma or lava. Then when it cools, it's an igneous rock. Think of this like cheese. You might have metamorphic cheese on a cheeseburger. But in macaroni and cheese, it's igneous. Metamorphic rock can be formed from any other type of rock, including sedimentary rocks, igneous rocks, and even other metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rock examples include marble. Marble is a metamorphosed limestone or chalk, which are sedimentary. Like the original rock, marble may still contain fossils. Marble is fine-grained, but like limestone and chalk, it remains fairly soft. This makes it ideal for use in sculpture. Another metamorphic rock is schist. Schist is a metamorphic rock that was metamorphosed from sandstone, siltstone, or slate, all sedimentary. Metamorphic rocks may show banding like this piece. The banding might be confused with sedimentary rock, but this type of banding is called foliation. Foliation bands are not caused by layers upon layers, but by the rock being stretched while forming. This causes the minerals to line up, creating the bands. This particular piece is Pinal schist, the oldest rock in Pinal County and most of southern Arizona. It's 1.6 billion years old. Slate is another metamorphic rock. Slate's fine-grained metamorphic rock that was metamorphosed from shale. Slate-forming shale is composed of clay or volcanic ash, which are sedimentary rocks, and it can vary widely in color. Slate is strongly foliated and breaks easily between the layers. It's pretty strong across the layers, and slate is used as roofing material and for flooring. Another metamorphic rock is gneiss. Gneiss is metamorphosed under high temperatures. There are two major types of gneiss, depending on what kind of rock they have formed from. Orthogneiss is formed from igneous rock. Paragneiss is formed from sedimentary rock. Both types of gneiss often show banding. There are several named kinds of gneiss from around the world. Quartzite is one more metamorphic rock. And this is quartzite. Quartzite is metamorphosed quartz sandstone. The color ranges from white to gray, and if other minerals are mixed in, other colors such as red, blue, green are possible. Pressure and heat that forms quartzite often comes during a period of mountain building called an orogeny. Much of the quartzite in Arizona formed during the Laramide orogeny 80 to 70 million years ago. In conclusion, reviewing the three main types of rock: igneous. Igneous rocks are formed from cooled magma or lava. Sedimentary rocks are formed from sediment, the eroded bits from other rocks. And metamorphic rocks are formed when other types of rock are put under pressure and heated to partially melt. Thank you very much for watching. This is Bob from the Pinal Geology and Mineral Museum. Please like and subscribe if you care to.